I won't lie, watching Denny Hamlin take the victory at Las Vegas felt different. And I don't just mean because of the dominant performance. 134 laps led, overcoming a speeding penalty, and tying Kevin Harvick for 10th on the all-time win list with 61 career victories. It hit differently because of what happened just 4 months ago. It's because of the emotional weight Denny Hamlin has carried with him every race weekend since December 28th, 2025, the night he lost his father, Dennis Hamlin, in a tragic house fire. In this video, we're diving into why Denny's emotional win at Las Vegas meant so much more than just a victory. We'll explore how this win symbolized his journey of grief after losing his father, and why his victory speech left NASCAR fans in tears. This wasn't just about securing points or a playoff spot. It was about honoring his father in the very same place where Denny had dedicated his previous win just months before the tragedy. Let's rewind and understand why this win in Las Vegas was so powerful. On December 28, 2025, a fire broke out at Dennis and Marilu Hamlin's home in Stanley, North Carolina, near Charlotte. Emergency responders arrived at 6:27 p.m. to find the two-story house completely engulfed in flames, with flames visible from the attic. By the time the firefighters arrived, both Dennis and Marilu had escaped the house, but not without sustaining catastrophic injuries. Dennis, 75 years old, was rushed to Caramount Regional Medical Center, but did not survive. Marilu, 69, was transferred to a burn center in critical condition. And then Denny received a call no child ever wants to get. His father was gone, and his mother was fighting for her life. To make this story even more heartbreaking, just 2 months earlier, on October 12, 2025, Denny had won at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, his 60th career win. After that victory, Denny fought back tears as he talked about how much his father had meant to him. "He's the one who got me into racing," Denny said, recalling how his father had taken him to his first race when he was 5 years old. Dennis had sacrificed everything, including second mortgages and maxed-out credit cards, to keep Denny's dream alive, even when they almost lost their house multiple times. That win at Vegas in October had been dedicated to his father, who had been fighting COPD and could no longer travel to see him race. But just 2 months later, Dennis Hamlin was gone. The fire was ruled accidental, but the exact cause could not be determined due to the extensive damage. Their home, valued at over $775,000, was a total loss. But the real loss wasn't the property, it was the man who had been everything to Denny. Dennis had written a journal in his final year, a book about his favorite foods and his wishes for the family after his passing. That journal was the only thing that survived the fire, and Denny has carried those words with him ever since. Denny Hamlin returned to racing at the 2026 Daytona 500, but he wasn't ready. The grief was still fresh, and his mother was recovering. "I just haven't locked in for the season yet," he admitted to the press. He showed up to race because that's what racers do, they show up. But it wasn't until Las Vegas on March 15th, 2026, that Denny found himself fully back in the groove, the same track where he had honored his father months earlier. Denny led 134 laps and was virtually untouchable, but a speeding penalty dropped him to 31st place. For most drivers, that would be race over. You don't come back from 31st at Las Vegas. But Denny wasn't racing for points. He wasn't racing for playoff positioning. He was racing for his father. And when you race for something that deep, you don't give up. Denny fought his way back through the field, passing cars, executing perfect restarts, and with under 20 laps to go, he was back in contention. That speeding penalty that should have ended his day, it didn't matter. Denny Hamlin took the lead and never gave it back. He crossed the finish line for his 61st career Cup Series win, tying Kevin Harvick for 10th on the all-time list. But more importantly, it was his first win since his father passed away. It was the first time he celebrated in victory lane without Denny Hamlin watching from the stands. When Denny got out of the car, the emotions hit hard. In his victory interview, he could barely keep it together. "This one's for my dad," he said, his voice breaking. "I know he's up there watching, up there in heaven with his best friend George, and I know they're proud." Fans at home were crying, crew members were crying, and even the Fox Sports broadcasters got emotional. This wasn't just a race win, it was a son paying tribute to his father in the most meaningful way possible. And here's a detail that makes it even more powerful. The only thing that survived the fire was that journal. It was the only physical thing Denny had left of his father, and he's carried it with him ever since. Denny Hamlin had been the one who first recognized Denny's potential. He was the one who saw the spark in a 7-year-old driving a go-kart and believed in him from the start. Denny sacrificed everything, time, money, and energy to ensure his son could live his dream and become a NASCAR champion. So, when Denny Hamlin won at Las Vegas, it wasn't just about him. It was about Dennis. It was about Marilu, who is still recovering in Florida but is getting better every day. It was about a family who gave up everything to make Denny's dreams a reality. And it was about proving that even after losing the person who started it all, you can still find a way to win. Tyler Reich's historic win streak ended, finishing 13th. Ryan Blaney, the winner of Phoenix the previous week, finished 7th. But this day belonged to Denny Hamlin. This day belonged to Denny Hamlin. When Denny crossed that finish line and took the checkered flag, it felt like his father was right there with him. This story isn't over. After everything Denny's been through, the journey is just beginning. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's continue to honor the memory of Denny Hamlin together.